I'm William Davis, Director of Education for Wilson Daniels, and welcome to our newest edition of Producer Parle. And today we have the pleasure of speaking with Federica Mascheroni Stianti of the Prelius winery in Castello di Volpaia. So, pleasure to have you this morning.
Really happy to be here and to talk with you.
Wonderful.
And to share with you my wine.
I've got no problem with that whatsoever. It's a great way to start the morning. I always say breakfast of champions, especially when it's something as delicious as this. So, with Prelius, and we know a little bit about the story of Castello di Volpaia.
Yes.
How did the history start with the acquisition of the Prelius vineyard and going a little bit further south into the Maremma and out of Chianti Classica?
So we can say that we were looking to something different, but at the same time to something not too far away. And so we found the perfect balance. So the wine estate is only 2 hours by car from Volpaia.
Okay.
But the microclimate, the soil, and the type of the grapes that we are growing there are so incredibly different. And so that was the perfect balance for looking for something new, but at the same time, something that had a totally different characteristic and style.
So exactly where is the Prelius property in relation to Chianti?
It's exactly in the front of the seaside. It's about me, so I want to relax. So you are exactly in the front of the seaside. It's the nearest village. It's Castiglione della Pescaia.
Okay.
It's southern than Bolgheri. And so you have in the back the mountains, in the front the sea. So it's a very perfect place for growing these grapes.
Okay, so great way to spend a little time on the beach with a glass of Vermentino, because you grow a little bit of Vermentino.
Yes.
But what other grape varieties do you grow on the property?
So the Vermentino is the one that obviously needs really the salinity of the place. I mean the minerality. But we grow also a lot of reds grape, and so we grow Cabernet Sauvignon, Sangiovese, Merlot.
Okay.
And we have also a touch of Cabernet Franc that we didn't ever told you, but
that's
you
okay.
never know. Yeah.
I love surprises like that. Now, how does it work when you're doing organic viticulture and vinification down in a place like Prelius as opposed to Chianti Classico and Volpaia?
It's it's very different. As mentioned, we were looking to something very different. So we have a winery, and grapes are growing in much more wild way. We can say that Maremma is our is like wine region where we have everything bigger and much more powerful. So we have a soil there that is much more powerful. So there, the fruits are coming out to almost too much. So that is the reason why we have made vineyards with like double of vines per hectare.
Okay.
To have much more challenge between the plants and to reduce like this the quantity of grape per hectare. Per plant. So that will be fantastic to have much more balance inside the bunch of the grape. But at the same time, we said we are near to the seaside, so we thought that on the example of what they are doing in Bolgheri, we thought to bring international grapes.
Okay.
And so that they are very used also to that type of microclimates.
I see. So obviously the Prelius would be much in that same way of a super Tuscan Bolgheri blend. So what do we have here? So
I can say we have 3 grapes inside this wine. We have Cabernet Sauvignon, Sangiovese, and Merlot.
Okay.
But I would like to describe this wine on a female style instead of on too much technique way.
It's okay. You don't look like me, so.
Yeah, I'm I talk too much sometimes, but it's like I think I can describe this. It's a winery owned by a female, so these want to describe this wine talking about a Sangiovese, like an Italian man, very elegant, straight. Cabernet Sauvignon, like Frenchmen, a bit much more cozy and like this. And we can say the Merlot is the glue that connect all of them. So we can say this is the expression more or less of this wine. It's a blend of elegance, power, with a little bit of softness of the Merlot.
Well, great. Well, let's dig in.
Yes, we have to try and tell me if I'm lying you or not.
Yeah, no, there's certainly, because this is the 2015 vintage, which was fantastic.
Yes.
But one thing I get about this wine is that there's, the plum in the Merlot really comes out. There's a lot of red and damson plum that really comes out.
Yeah.
And brings a little bit of, fruit along with the graphite that you would expect from the Cabernet Sauvignon. And then you've got great acidity from the Sangiovese, talking about it being very straight. It all seems to come together. Now, I've always wondered, though, why use 30 hectoliter French barrique instead of, large Botti that are, Slavonian or smaller French barrique? What was the thought process there?
It's because we think that they are a little bit wild, as I mentioned you before, Maremma. So we thought we have to domesticate the grape and work a little bit in the cellar to bring out all the flavors of the fruits and to work much more for the elegance of the wine. So that was the reason why then we have decided that type of
so slightly
aging.
larger barrels, just allow the fruit and the characteristics of the grape variety to shine. I can certainly see that.
But for sure, we are not always fixed on the recipe. So be afraid that we can definitely change something. Took us more than 10 years to come out with this wine. So you never know what we can change again.
Well, it's a beautiful wine, and it's a great introduction to the possibilities of the Prelius estate. Because most of what we've seen has been, in the past, has been the Cabernet and the Vermentino, at least in the U.S. market. So to see something like this, it just means the sky's the limit.
We try. It's like we try to do as better as possible. Yes, for sure.
Well, cool. Well,
Yes.
I think this was a lot of fun. We're going to continue to drink this.
Yes.
But is there, any parting words that you'd like to tell everyone out there, either about Volpaia or about Prele? Is it easy? You said it's 2 hours to get there from Chianti Classico. Does the winery have, hours of operation where people can visit and walk around the property? How does that work?
It's because this project was quite new, started in 2007. The wine estate, totally took in Castelprile. But Prelius Wines and Prele, we decided to make it that we bring the grape up to Volpaia. Okay. So we don't really have a facility there. So we pick the grape in the night and then we bring up to Volpaia, and so we do all the vinification up to Volpaia. So the wine cellar is Volpaia. So we can have the same winemaker and all the people that are working for Volpaia that works also for Prelius Wines and Prele. And this is very important and it's very easy in a certain sense. If my winemaker hear me, will kill me, but it's okay. It's easy because we pick the grape there at least 2 weeks before because of the difference of the microclimate. So we bring before the grapes from Maremma, and then we do the grapes from Volpaia. Yes.
Everything is in one house.
Yes.
But I love the idea of night harvesting, in order to preserve some of the freshness in the fruit.
Yeah, for sure we need the air that is much warmer, so we can keep cooler the grape and bring it up, in the early morning.
Well, great. Yeah. Well, always a pleasure, Fede. I can't wait to see what's going to happen with the 16 vintage. As good as the 15, it's a wonderful introduction to. If you're going to pick a vintage, it would be the 15.
Yeah. So lucky also to start with the 15.
It certainly is. Well, cheers.
Cheers. Thank you
so
for your time
My
to share
pleasure.
with me my wine.